Hey Church Girl, welcome to Church Girl Gang, a podcast where we get to talk about life, living for Jesus, and everything in between, and how that affects us in the here and now. My name is Kenzie, and I'll be your host, and I can't wait to dive into this conversation with you. Hey Church Girl, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad that you're joining us once again for another episode. My name is Kenzie and I will be your host. And today's episode is really special to me because once again, I've got my sweet sister Bethany on, and she is gonna bring some wise words. And I'm really excited about it, besides just having fun. I do want to let you know that this episode is actually the next to last in season 1 of Church Girl Gang podcast. That means that next episode, the one coming next week, is going to be our last episode in season 1, and then we'll be moving on to season 2. And I do want to encourage you to join me next week on the podcast because I'm going to be dropping what's happening in season 2, and it's going to be really fun and really exciting. We're going to switch things up just a little bit, and I think you guys are really going to like it. And so do join me next week for that episode. I also want to let you know that today we're going to be talking about some lessons that we both have learned in college because Bethany just graduated from college. And before you check out, if you are a college graduate, you feel like you're a little advanced from that phase of your life, I want to encourage you to stay tuned into this episode because just because we're talking about things we learned in college doesn't mean that these things that we learned don't apply outside of college life. That's really what we're going to be honing in on today, is just life application. And so do stay tuned in for this episode. It's going to be really, really fun. And with that being said, let's get into this conversation. Okay, and here we are. Bethany, I'm so glad that you're here. You've been on the podcast twice now, and you are my favorite guest besides just being my favorite person. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
Oh, we got to get here.
Thanks.
It's so good to have you on. You're my favorite.
Thank you.
Ultimate. Forever and ever.
That's really kind of you.
Wow. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about college. You just graduated from college, and that was really exciting.
I just graduated from Dallas Baptist University.
And it was a 4-year experience.
Incredible.
And we didn't see each other too much.
Well, I mean, there was that stint of COVID.
Besides the whole COVID thing, yeah,
but,
that was...
yeah. I always try to get back to Kyle, though. Am I close enough?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, always coming back to Kyle.
Yeah.
Good to see you when you come back. And now you're back
now I'm
for
here.
Who knows how long.
Right.
Only God knows.
Only the Lord. But I graduated from DBU. And I always make fun of Kenzie because that's actually where both my parents went to school. Mm-hmm. So I've been joking with Kenzie since I've been graduated that me and my parents are a part of a club that she's not a part of because we're all DBU alumni.
That's okay. I had a great college experience.
Yeah.
So, lopes up.
Go Pats.
Okay. We'll fight later. We'll duke it out. See who had the best school.
It was me, but...
Why do you think your school was the best?
It's just an incredible place. Like, so much love for the Lord. Uh-huh. And I just grew so much there. Uh-huh. And it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It's a really beautiful campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone just loves Jesus so much there.
That's true. You went to a good school.
Yeah.
But there's no school like GCU. I gotta tell you. I gotta
she
tell you.
keeps saying that.
We call it the Disney World. I call it the Disney World of colleges.
Okay.
Because everything's so like funky fresh there. Like everything's just like super nice looking. It's also a lot of it's new. Like buildings are new and stuff, so it's like, it's nice. The desert, weather, very nice.
Glad the school was nice.
Sunsets, very nice.
Were the people nice?
The people were super nice.
Okay.
I had a great time. Literally the best time. And I found my purpose. If you know GCU.
Okay, let's move
then you know.
on.
All right, we'll move on. So today I wanted to talk about just some lessons that you have learned, and maybe I'll share some things that I've learned as well through your college experience, because to me that is a huge part of college. Is like, you get the degree, you take some classes, you may learn some things in your classes. I don't know how much I really learned in my classes, but I got the degree. But I think the biggest part for me and for most people is just the growing up that you do in college, the learning that you do, like just life learning that you do in college. And also another huge part is the relationships that you usually build in college. So actually, why don't we talk about that? Why don't we talk about relationships? Sure. And for me in college, I mean, one huge thing is that there's people around you all the time. Like there is no break from people when you're in college. Yeah. You've got roommates, you got people in your classes, you got, school events or things like that. Right. You are just surrounded by people. But one thing that I learned is that just because you've got people all around you, it doesn't mean that relationships, having good relationships, are just like easy.
There were times sorry.
No, go ahead.
There were times that I just also, even though there was so much happening, I felt so lonely. I don't know if you had those moments as well. There's so much going on.
Oh yeah.
But then you still feel
you're surrounded by people, but you still feel alone.
Yeah, and especially, I feel like a lot of people feel like this, but when you're moving from home to college, and then that first year.
Oh, it's incredibly lonely.
And I did not have many friends that year. Yeah. Like at some points I was like, I don't know. Will I
ever find people?
Yeah, is this really like for me? But good thing I stuck it out.
Yeah, good thing. Yeah, well, when I started college, but I was at one school. Right. One huge thing for me there was that I really couldn't find friends. I was having a terrible time finding friends. Right. I found a couple friends that I hung out with, and that was good. But then I moved schools and started all over in a second semester where a lot of the freshmen had already started, gathering up people. And so I had to kind of squeeze my way in. And lucky for me, my best friends ended up being people who also transferred that semester.
They haven't been on the podcast yet.
No, they haven't been on the podcast yet.
But when they are, it's going to be great.
Yeah. They're the best. And so, but it wasn't easy. It still wasn't easy, and it took a lot of work. And I remember even that semester when I showed up at that school and I started forming a relationship with those girls, the girls who ended up being my close friends through college, it still to me felt like, we weren't there yet. There was still this insecurity, this loneliness kind of going on.
Yeah. Well, like my first year, like I was talking to my mom about this last week, but after my graduation, she was like, Bethany, this is so my mom. Bethany, at some points, I just didn't know. I didn't know if you were going to make it. And she was like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, oh, wow. But like for real, my freshman year, I was, away from home, and I was just thinking, how am I going to make friends here? And I'm so good at...
You're really good at making friends.
We did a podcast earlier.
That was one of the first ones we did.
And I just love people. And I was having so much trouble finding people. Yeah. So that was really hard for me. But, sophomore year, I I was still really struggling and trying to find, friends, and I was searching for, different groups of people, and I was really trying to make an effort in all these different groups, and just to fit in and find a spot. And I felt like I was just putting so much work into it, which is good. You need to put work into your relationships. But I also felt like people weren't reciprocating that.
Yeah.
And so that was really hard for me.
So people weren't reciprocating all the work that you were putting in relationships. I definitely can relate to that. I felt like there have been many times in my life when that has happened to me, and it can be really discouraging. So what did you do? How did you find some good relationships with people who were reciprocating your friendship?
I think I finally just found confidence. Like, I was trying to fit in a mold for other people.
Yeah.
And really just working so hard to be like them or be like other, people.
Absolutely.
And giving them a lot of my time. And I finally just I just found confidence in who the Lord was making me to be, and finding people who loved me and put effort into their relationship with me. And also, my sophomore year, I got into a sorority, which it's a little different at my school than other schools. It's serving based.
Yeah.
So it's like a Bible study on steroids, kind of. Yeah. Like a small group on steroids.
Yeah.
So, and in that, I really found my people, which was really fun.
That's awesome. So they say, and you may experience this or you may not end up experiencing this, but they say that when you graduate from college, it is over the next couple of years, you're going to experience more loneliness than you've ever felt in your life. You may not experience that. So, I don't know that that's for everyone, but it's just because you were surrounded by people.
Right.
And now you're surrounded by a lot less people. Of course, you do have me around.
Yeah, that's fine.
So maybe you'll be less lonely. But here's what I
have a good church community.
You have a good church community, and that's what I want to come to, because the two things I heard you say, one was have confidence.
Right.
And the other was find a community. And when I say a community, I mean a system set in place to bring people together under one common idea. And I think that there's no place that does that. I mean, a sorority is a great place. Of course, when you graduate college, you can't be a part of a sorority anymore, I don't think.
No.
But you can be a part of a church community.
Yeah. This is a little off topic, but I was talking to someone today at church, and they right now are going through a hard time. And she was just telling me, I could not do this right now in my life without my church community. And she was saying a lot of people that she's seen recently are like, wow, how are you getting so much of this support? And she's just like, Christians are incredible. Like your church family supports you so much.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
I'm super excited to get to plug in to my church.
I love that. I love that that's happening, because to me, there's something so special about following in the footsteps of the historic church. And I don't know for certain, how many times we've lost that over the years. But I do feel like that has been lost, in different churches or things like that, or it's been stronger or not as strong. Yeah. But that aspect, because that's the Acts church, is that everyone came together, they supported one another, they gave what they had to one another. And to me, that's a beautiful picture. And so I'm so excited that that's happening, at least here at our church.
Yeah.
And hopefully at the church that you're at as well.
Well, I've been graduated for 1 week.
1 week.
And I got home and I was like, okay, I need to make friends. I need to make some friends.
Yeah.
Not that I don't have friends here, because this is where I've grown up, but it's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
So I'm trying to build those relationships back up again. And it's going to take some time.
Yep. Yeah. I think it will. But that's, speaking of taking time, I feel like a huge part of your story is perseverance. That's a big word. But what I call it is stick-to-itiveness.
Right.
Sticking to itiveness. Stick-to-itiveness. Perseverance. Did I spit on you?
Sorry.
That's funny. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm COVID-free, so.
You're good. We live together.
I know. So you have done a great job of sticking to it in many, many, many aspects of your life. That's something that I'm really bad at a lot of the time.
It's because a lot of things, if you don't know, come really easy to Mackenzie. She's very smart. She can just get things done really quickly.
It's an Enneagram 7 vibe.
Oh, the vibes.
Yeah, you just.
So I think that's one reason. Like for me, it just takes a lot of work to do things, and for you, you're pretty good at everything.
Well, not everything.
But most
not
things.
everything. I'm terrible with copier machines.
Oh, great.
That's a fact.
The one thing is a copier machine.
Don't ever ask me to make a copy. It will not turn out well for anyone.
Okay.
But you are so great at sticking to things that you have decided you need to stick to.
It's hard.
And I watched you over the past 4 years at college.
Over the past 21 years.
Over the past more like 21 years, because you've had a difficult school journey, and not because you're not smart. Bethanie's actually very smart.
Thank you.
You're a very sharp person. It's just the whole school process that I think has always been hard for you, of sitting, focusing on the reading. There's been a lot of things, but you have learned. The one thing I've said is that you are a great student. I was not, even though I got good grades. We were talking about this like a few days ago, that even in college I got really good grades, but I was a terrible student. I mean, I would show up to class, I wouldn't pay attention. Sometimes I'd fall asleep. Like, I wouldn't study.
It's so unfair to me, because you and my dad could just go
through college.
You could just go to class and or not go to class and still pass the test, pass the class. Me, I would go to class every day, study, and still fail the test.
But here's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it says so much about your character. And so much about my character.
No.
that I was a bad student. I was a poor student. But it says so much about your character that you got to know your professors. Even when you didn't do great, like on a test or something, your professors, because they knew you, because they knew how hard you were working, they actually helped you, which to me is mind-blowing. I've never heard of professors actually helping students through.
Wow. Okay, let's keep a little tab down here.
Way.
GCU, DBU, check mark for DBU, because that is one incredible thing about DBU, that the professors just are so intentional with you and are there for you. I'm not saying they weren't at GCU, but
there were a few, and there were a few that maybe didn't care.
But I was a part of the art program at DBU. Let's just talk about how incredible the art program was there. I majored in photography.
And you were the guinea pig, right?
Well, I was the first girl to graduate with my degree.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Historic.
Yeah.
They should put your name in the DBU
I was the first one to
book.
finish all the like photography classes
Yeah.
too. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
Wow. So tell me, do you remember moments where it was hard to keep going?
Oh yeah.
Anything specific?
Well, like I just said, I'm an art major.
Uh-huh.
So I had a lot of trouble with, my maths and sciences. So
I actually didn't have to. I was a bachelor's of arts. It was kind of a music degree that I was taking, and I didn't have to do science, no science at all. I had to take one math.
so annoying.
It
If you
was
didn't
weird.
see me, I just rolled my eyes.
Anyway, so you had to take math and science.
Just one
Okay.
math, one science, but I basically passed those classes by like a point. Like those were really hard for me, and just thinking back on my math class, I think it was algebra or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not that hard. And I've always had a lot of trouble with math. Like in high school, I had to be tutored and everything, but so it was just one semester of math I had to take, and I would go to the math tutoring lab 2 to 3 times a week sometimes.
Wow.
And I'd be
I can't even imagine.
Oh,
I
it was
saw
the
people at my
worst.
school. I saw people going into the tutoring lab, and I thought, how?
It was the worst. It was just like, it was no fun, and I'm in there, really feel really stupid, like
It's hard to ask questions.
I don't even know what I'm doing, basically.
Yeah.
And one time I remember after a test, just going to my professor and just this poor old man, and I just was crying, and I was like, I don't know why I'm so bad at math. Like, he took pity on me, really. But
That's incredible to me.
that I cried to my teacher?
Yes. Yeah. Because there were only a handful of teachers that I actually ever even talked to.
Oh, I tried
So.
to talk to all of my teachers.
That's awesome.
Just so that they would know me and know my face and know who I am and
And
that
they
I
would-
want to be at school,
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So through all of that difficulty, how did you keep going?
At first, I just went to college because that's what, people do.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know what the Lord had in store for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going to school for something that I liked. But then just while I was at DBU, I just found a lot of confidence in myself
Mm-hmm.
and what gifts the Lord has given me.
Yeah.
Which was so cool to just grow in that. And I was always like, really, I'm going to school for art? To some people that seems silly,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that's something that the Lord has gifted me with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I found confidence in that, and knowing that even if, I'm taking pictures or, doing photography with my life, that can be a mission field for me, and I can grow in that, and that's what the Lord has blessed me with.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
skills that he's given me.
That's so good. Okay, so you graduated. We've established that. But you graduated.
Let's say it again.
And woohoo! And now you're moving into kind of like adult vibes. All of
That's
that
scary.
stuff. And so I'm just wondering, like, what's on your heart now? What do you think you are learning?
Right. Oh, wow. I think, I'm still going to have to figure it all out, and I'm going to keep learning. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've only been graduated for a week, but I do think I understand that I'm young.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a lot of life to live.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to keep stepping forward and knowing that the Lord has great plans for my life.
Mm-hmm.
And know that I'm going to just keep stepping into what he wants me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And really, my goal isn't really about my career or anything. I want to live for him.
Yeah.
I want to do my life, live
Mm-hmm.
my life for him.
Mm-hmm.
And if I just keep doing that, he'll lead me in the right direction. So yeah, my life, my photography, is my ministry, being here at our church. So I want to keep pursuing him in everything I do.
Wow, well, that was today's episode. That was so good, Bethany. I'm glad that you shared all of your thoughts about college, and we're just so excited that you're graduated and you're here forever and ever. And we can just hang out. We can hang out all the time now.
Love it.
So now we're going to move to one of my favorite parts of the podcast, our tradition here that we call Something Fun. Bow, 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 bow.
Something fun, something really fun.
It's time for something fun. Fun. Okay, so we're going to do something fun. Something fun is just a time where we get to celebrate together some good things that are going on in our lives in maybe your life. If you have something fun, we want to hear it. We want to share it right here on the podcast.
Yes.
And celebrate with you. So send your something fun, send your celebrations
also,
to us.
If you have not gone to Church Girl Gang YouTube channel,
yeah,
that's the place to be.
Oh, it's awesome.
And
you can actually see our faces.
Yeah, that's great. And I think Kenzie has some fun things planned over the summer.
I do.
Okay, we're not going to say anything yet, but that's where you need to be. Please subscribe to the YouTube.
Yes, subscribe to the YouTube join us next week because we're going to be sharing a little bit about what we've got going on, and you're going to want to be a part of it.
Yes.
So something fun. We're going to share some celebrations right now. And Bethany, what can we celebrate with you? And when she shares this, you guys get ready and clap with us wherever you're at.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Even if you're like me and sometimes you listen, like in the grocery store, you listen to podcasts, just stop and start clapping, and maybe people will join in with you too.
Okay,
that would be really fun.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so what's your something fun?
Something fun is that I have a photography business.
Yes.
But I'm kind of rebranding right now.
What?
And so since I'm officially done with school, I am going all in.
What?
So, yeah, I'm super excited about that. I just got done with the photo shoot.
Wow.
What? It was really fun. So
you're full-timesies.
Full-timesies. Yes, ma'am.
Check her out. I'm gonna link your stuff down below so that people can see what you got going on.
Thanks.
Y'all, and I've said this before, but she is so good.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That's very nice.
You studied with award-winning photographer. I don't know if you studied with more than one award-winning photographer, but she's anyway. You've earned it. You've earned being amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm super excited. So, this summer, rebranding.
Summer girl. Here we go.
And
who knows anything about hot girl summer? What about rebranding summer?
Okay. This is going a little long, but I'm actually also releasing presets soon.
Woo!
And
awesome.
If you've seen Kenzie's Instagram, she's my guinea pig.
Oh.
So yeah, if you're looking for some summer vibe presets, they're coming out very soon.
Really good.
Message me.
slide in her DMs
at Bethanie Phillips.
Yeah, you can like I said, I'm gonna link her stuff down below so you can get in touch with her if you want to get some photos taken, get some sweet presets, find out more about that.
Yeah,
whatever you want to do, however you want to connect with Bethanie, that's linked down below. Beth, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you
You're
for
so
having
amazing.
me.
And congratulations on graduating from college.
From DBU, the best school in the world.
Okay, well, just as we're wrapping up, I do want to remind you to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe whatever platform you're on. And if you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell. That's going to be important, ding, ding, ding. Especially because season 2 is coming and you're not going to, I can't say this enough, you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be so fun. Here's what I'm going to tell you. We're going to be sipping the tea, and that's all I'm going to say. That's a little hint. Thanks for staying to the end.
Me too?
Huh? Are you going to be sipping the tea?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh.
All of us are. It's going to be really fun. Also, be sure to leave 5 stars, maybe even 6 stars if you're just feeling
10?
amazing. 10 stars, perhaps. That would be like, just leave 2 reviews.
Please leave a review.
Leave a review.
I did. I've left a review.
Go look for Bethanie's review if you're on an audio platform. What platform? Apple, probably. You left a review. Yeah. Anyway, go look for Bethanie's review. Do leave us a review. And the reason that we do that, once again, is just to get this podcast into more girls' ears, because...
Don't we want more people to be in the church girl gang?
We want more people to be in the church girl gang. Like we were talking about community, we want people to be a part of our community. And so do go and do that. That's going to be huge. And you can connect with me on any social media platform. Just search Kenzie Carisse, even on YouTube. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
And
so you can find me there.
Go repost this.
There's a lot of things to do.
On your, I'm sorry, I keep talking.
On your Instagram?
On your Instagram story.
Yeah, I actually love doing that. You can
It's
actually
so
just
fun.
share the podcast through
Yeah.
your Instagram story, which is crazy. But yeah, you can do that. It doesn't even have to be a picture.
Okay.
Anyway, listen, church girl.
Peace out.
We love you. We are praying for you. We're here for you. Be sure to connect with us. And we will talk to you soon, church girl.
Bum, 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 bum. Is that the song?